Imagine a world without New Zealand. Can you visualize it? It's challenging, isn't it? The void of a country so brimming with geographical and ecological marvels would be globally noticeable. No awe-inspiring Southern Alps, no tranquil fjordland, no verdant Waipua forest. Earth would lack the distinctive biodiversity of this archipelago. Picture a world devoid of the kiwi bird or silver fern. What about obscure tuatara or flightless kakapo? These unique species add to the global tapestry of life. Would a world without the kiwi bird or the silver fern truly be the same? Did you know that New Zealand's rugby team, the All Blacks, is considered one of the most successful in the world? Their absence would have had a profound impact, sending shockwaves through the sport. In many ways, the All Blacks have shaped rugby. Their fearsome haka dance and iconic black uniforms have become enduring symbols of dominance and strength. This was not just about their impressive records, it was about their influence in pushing other teams to elevate their game, raising the standard of international rugby. Imagine, without the All Blacks, how different the hierarchy in the sport might have been. Would Australia's Wallabies or South Africa's Springboks have held the crown? A rugby world without the All Blacks could have seen a significant shift in power dynamics, rendering the game as we know it today unrecognizable. Without the All Blacks, the face of international rugby would undoubtedly be different. Picture your favorite epic fantasy film. Now strip it of its vivid landscapes. Hard, isn't it? Visualize your beloved fantasy trilogy, with the lush green hills and lofty mountains. What if these sceneries weren't from the magical landscape of New Zealand? What if the monumental clashes occurred on dull, flat plains instead? Or the mystical journey traversed through a lackluster forest? The narratives would have arguably missed a significant chunk of their magnetism and splendor without it. New Zealand's landscapes more than just shooting locations. They are the silent narrators, weaving intricate tales of valor, fantasy, and adventure. They breathe life into the stories we hold so dear, rendering them unforgettable. Could our cherished films have been as captivating without the mesmerizing beauty of New Zealand? Picture your favorite epic fantasy film again. Without New Zealand's stunning landscapes, would it have been just as magical? What if New Zealand had decided to walk the nuclear path? Imagine a unique narrative in which New Zealand embraced nuclear power instead of rejecting it. We would witness a dramatic change in its international image, evolving from a peacemaker to a potential threat. New Zealand's refusal of nuclear power has been a significant aspect of its foreign policy since the 80s. This policy has influenced its diplomatic ties and enabled it to position itself as a global advocate for disarmament. But what if New Zealand had chosen to arm itself with nuclear weapons? This route could have escalated Pacific tensions and complicated its relationships with neighboring nations. Its reputation as a peaceful and eco-friendly sanctuary might have been replaced by a more aggressive outlook. The introduction of nuclear energy in its domestic realm might have impacted its commitment to renewable energy sources, possibly transforming its environmental framework. New Zealand's decision to remain nuclear-free has not only shaped its national identity, but also its influential role on the global. New Zealand's nuclear-free stance has certainly left a mark on the world stage. Did you know that New Zealand could have been part of Australia? Truly. In the 1800s, New Zealand had the opportunity to unite with the Australian Federation. Yet, the Kiwis chose their unique path, paving the way for their independence. Now let's imagine a different reality. What if New Zealand had integrated with Australia? The implications would be enormous. The political sphere would have seen a huge shift, as New Zealand's forward-thinking policies and distinct Maori representation could have influenced Australia's governance. Economically, the combined resources of both nations could have propelled them as a powerful force in the South Pacific. However, the union might have cast a shadow over New Zealand's unique cultural identity. The vibrant Kiwi spirit, their passion for rugby, their strong commitment to preserving their environment, all these unique characteristics might have diluted within a broader Australian context. An amalgamation of Australia and New Zealand could have drastically altered the dynamics and balance of power in the South Pacific region. A united Australia and New Zealand might have reshaped the dynamics of the South Pacific. Indeed, a thought-provoking hypothetical to contemplate. Can you imagine New Zealand without its rich Maori culture? Pause for a moment and contemplate this thought. It's quite challenge, right? The Maori culture is fundamentally woven into the fabric of New Zealand's identity, influencing everything from its language, traditions, core values to the national flag. Take, for instance, the haka, a powerful Maori dance that has emerged as a sign of national pride, performed at various events and ceremonies across nation. The Maori language, also known as Te Reo, merges seamlessly with English, giving birth to the distinctive Kiwi vernacular we hear today. Take away the Maori culture and New Zealand's landscape loses its charm. It would be completely devoid of the complex carvings and the dramatic marae, the social spaces that serve as the heart of Maori communities. The nation's art sphere would lose its unique Maori motifs, and the stunning koru designs that draw their inspiration from the unfurling fern frond. In the realm of food, we would be devoid of the traditional hangi, a unique method of preparing food using heated rocks buried in a pit oven. We must not disregard the profound Maori philosophy of kaitiakitanga, or guardianship, which has left an indelible mark on New Zealand's approach to environmental conservation. If the Maori culture were to vanish, New Zealand would transform into a completely different entity, missing the depth and richness that make it one of a kind in the world. Without the Maori culture, New Zealand would be a vastly different place. What if God Defend New Zealand was not the national anthem? Consider that for a moment. Our anthem goes beyond being a mere song. It embodies unity, reflecting our values. It incites pride and instills unity. Could you envision an alternate anthem shaping our identity as New Zealanders? Possibly varying a distinct message could have ignited a contrasting sense of national pride. The anthem could potentially shape one's perception of national identity, uniting or dividing us on unique grounds. It's intriguing to ponder how sound and lyrics can craft our collective consciousness. A different anthem could have shaped a different national identity. Picture New Zealand without its iconic Kiwi bird. Seems incomplete, doesn't it? The Kiwi, an emblem of national pride, is more than just a species. It's the heart and soul of this picturesque island nation. Regarded not only as a national symbol, the Kiwi also lends its name as a colloquial moniker for the locals. This peculiar-looking nocturnal creature perfectly embodies New Zealand's distinctive charm. When we think of this bird, we're reminded of the country's dedication to conserve its exclusive ecosystem. The Kiwi bird's significance extends beyond its role as a symbol. It has been instrumental in establishing New Zealand's global image. Used extensively in promotional campaigns and product labeling, the representation of this bird underpins the country's distinctiveness, scenic allure, and dedication towards environmental protection. In the absence of the Kiwi, New Zealand's national identity would arguably lack its current distinctiveness. It's hard to imagine New Zealand without its beloved Kiwi, isn't it?